All right, I want to talk about something that affects millions of people every day, maybe even you. You wake up in the morning and instead of feeling refreshed, you're dragging. You chug coffee, maybe take a midday nap or snack on something sugary just to get through the afternoon slump. By evening, you're exhausted, but still can't fall asleep easily. Sound familiar? So what's really going on here? Why do so many of us feel tired all the time despite sleeping, at least we think we are, eating regularly, and not exactly living a life of constant physical labor? Let me walk you through the real reasons behind chronic fatigue and how you can start fixing your energy levels today. First, let's define what we mean by energy. It's not just about being awake versus sleepy. Energy is the capacity of your brain and body to perform tasks efficiently, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And your nervous system plays a central role in regulating that energy. But here's the thing, modern life throws off that regulation faster than most people realize. The first culprit, poor circadian rhythm alignment. Your internal clock, your circadian rhythm, governs everything from sleep-wake cycles to hormone release, metabolism, and even immune function. When it runs smoothly, you wake up naturally with energy and sleep deeply at night. But when it's disrupted, you end up in that foggy state where you're neither fully awake nor properly rested. And guess what disrupts your circadian rhythm the most? Light exposure, particularly at the wrong times. Staring at screens late into the night, waking up in dim light, or skipping sunlight exposure in the morning all confuse your brain about whether it's day or night. That means cortisol, the hormone that helps you wake up, gets released at the wrong time. So instead of hitting its peak early in the morning like it should, it stays low, keeping you groggy. Melatonin, the sleep hormone, might kick in too early or too late, messing with your ability to fall asleep and stay asleep. So if you're always tired, step one is to look at your light schedule. Get bright light, ideally natural sunlight, within the first hour of waking. Even on cloudy days, outdoor light is much stronger than indoor lighting. It sends a clear signal to your brain that it's daytime. And conversely, reduce blue light exposure 2 hours before bed, dim the lights, maybe use red-tinted glasses or screen filters. Your future self will thank you. Second, poor breathing habits. Yes, breathing seems simple, right? But how you breathe has a direct effect on your nervous system, which controls energy levels. Most people don't realize they're breathing shallowly throughout the day. They're chest breathers instead of diaphragmatic breathers. That leads to inefficient oxygen exchange, increased stress hormones, and reduced carbon dioxide tolerance, all of which make you feel more fatigued. Here's the neuroscience version. When you breathe shallowly, especially during stressful moments, you trigger a mild fight or flight response without actually moving or acting. This puts your nervous system into a low-level stress state, which over time depletes your energy reserves. Instead, practice controlled breathing exercises throughout the day. Try box breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Do this for 5 minutes once or twice a day. Or try cyclic hyperventilation followed by retention, rapid nasal inhales, and passive exhalations followed by a breath hold. That actually boosts norepinephrine, sharpens focus, and increases alertness. These aren't just feel-good techniques. They directly influence neurotransmitter availability and autonomic balance. Third, nutrition, not just what you eat, but how and when you eat. Carbohydrates, proteins, and fats all play a role in energy production, but timing matters just as much. If you skip breakfast, load up on processed carbs early in the day, or eat dinner too close to bedtime, you're setting yourself up for energy crashes. Why? Because insulin sensitivity fluctuates across the day. In the morning, your body is primed to handle carbohydrates better. Eat heavy carbs late at night. Insulin efficiency drops, leading to blood sugar spikes and crashes, which make you feel sluggish the next day. Also, consider meal spacing. Intermittent fasting isn't for everyone, but delaying your first meal by an hour or two after waking can actually improve mitochondrial efficiency and metabolic flexibility, both of which help sustain energy longer. What should you eat? Prioritize protein and healthy fats early in the day. Protein gives your brain the amino acids it needs to produce neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. Healthy fats support cell membrane integrity, including brain cells. Avoid starting your day with high sugar foods like pastries or sweetened cereals. They give a quick burst of energy followed by a crash, not sustainable. Fourth, hydration. This one's often overlooked. Most people go through their day slightly dehydrated. Even a 1-2% loss of body water can impair cognitive performance, slow reaction time, and increase perceived effort for basic tasks. So drink water first thing in the morning, at least 16 ounces, and make sure it includes a pinch of sea salt. Salt helps retain electrolytes, supports lymphatic circulation, and activates the vagus nerve, which regulates heart rate and digestion. Dehydration mimics fatigue, and worse, it makes you crave caffeine and sugar because your brain thinks it needs more stimulation. Often, what you actually need is water. Fifth, lack of movement. Sitting for long periods is one of the biggest energy drains out there. When you're sedentary, blood flow slows, oxygen delivery drops, and your nervous system switches into a passive, low-energy mode. It doesn't mean you need to run a marathon every day, but short bursts of movement matter. 5 minutes of jumping jacks, walking outside, joint rotations, or resistance band work can reset your nervous system and boost alertness. Movement also stimulates brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, which enhances neuroplasticity and mental clarity. Plus, it improves insulin sensitivity, helping regulate your energy levels more consistently. So get up every hour, walk around, do something physical. Even standing while working changes your posture, breathing, and brain activation. Sixth, poor sleep hygiene. Now, not just quantity, quality matters. You could be sleeping 8 hours, but still wake up tired because your sleep lacks depth. If your brain isn't entering deep non-REM and REM stages properly, your body doesn't go through full recovery. To improve sleep quality, keep a consistent sleep and wake time. Avoid caffeine after noon. Reduce alcohol intake. Yes, it makes you sleepy, but it fragments sleep. Make your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Try grounding techniques before bed, journaling, gratitude practice, meditation. Also, avoid intense workouts too close to bedtime. Exercise is great, but doing heavy lifting or HIIT less than 2 hours before bed can interfere with melatonin release and delay sleep onset. Seventh, chronic stress. Stress isn't always bad. In fact, short-term stress is essential for growth, but long-term unmanaged stress, that's the kind that burns out your nervous system. Constant stress elevates cortisol levels over time, which suppresses thyroid function, weakens immunity, and disrupts mitochondrial energy production. Mitochondria are the powerhouses inside your cells, including brain cells. If they're underperforming due to chronic stress, your whole body feels drained. So how do you manage stress effectively? There are science-backed tools. Cold exposure, even cold showers for 10-20 seconds activates the mammalian dive reflex, which paradoxically reduces sympathetic activation while increasing parasympathetic tone. Meditation 5-10 minutes of focused attention or non-judgmental awareness resets your autonomic nervous system. Breath work again, structured breathing patterns calm the amygdala and activate prefrontal cortex control. Picking 1 or 2 of these daily can substantially reduce stress-related fatigue. Eighth, lack of purpose or meaning. Yes, this might sound abstract, but studies show that having a sense of direction or mission dramatically impacts energy levels. People who wake up with a reason to move, to create, or to connect tend to feel more energized than those who simply go through the motions. So ask yourself, what excites you? What do you want to contribute today? What goal, no matter how small, can you set for yourself? Having something to look forward to, even if it's just a conversation with a friend or finishing a chapter in a book, gives your brain a dopamine boost. Dopamine isn't just about pleasure, it's about motivation and drive. Without it, everything feels harder. So set micro goals each day, track progress, celebrate small wins. These things fuel your internal battery. Ninth, nutritional deficiencies. Certain vitamins and minerals are critical for cellular energy production, yet many people are deficient without realizing it. Key ones include vitamin D, magnesium, iron, B12, zinc. Each of these plays a role in ATP synthesis, the molecule your cells use for energy. If you're lacking any of them, you'll feel tired regardless of how much you sleep or exercise. So get tested. Talk to your doctor. Consider supplementation if needed, especially if you live in a region with limited sun exposure for vitamin D, or follow a plant-based diet, which may require B12. 10th, poor gut health. Your gut and brain are connected via the gut-brain axis. An imbalanced microbiome can lead to inflammation, poor nutrient absorption, and even mood disorders, all of which drain your energy. Eat fermented foods, sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir, yogurt. Include fiber-rich vegetables and stay hydrated. Avoid excessive processed foods and artificial sweeteners, which harm gut bacteria diversity. A healthy gut equals a healthier brain and more stable energy levels. 11th, medication side effects. Some medications like antihistamines, antidepressants, beta blockers, and even hormonal contraceptives list fatigue as a common side effect. If you've noticed a drop in energy since starting a new medication, talk to your doctor. There may be alternatives or dosages that reduce fatigue. 12th, undiagnosed health issues. Fatigue can also be a symptom of deeper conditions like hypothyroidism, adrenal insufficiency, anemia, chronic fatigue syndrome, or autoimmune disorders. If you've tried all the lifestyle adjustments and still feel wiped out, see a medical professional. Get blood work done. Rule out underlying issues. Because fatigue is a signal sometimes from your lifestyle, sometimes from your biology. Either way, it deserves your attention. So where do you start? Start with the basics. Not all 12 at once. Pick one or two and build from there. Maybe begin with light exposure and hydration, then add structured breathing, then shift your nutrition timing. Each change reinforces the next. Remember, energy isn't just about caffeine or stimulants. It's about optimizing your nervous system, mitochondria, hormones, and environment. And the best part, once you understand how it works, you can take control. So tomorrow morning, instead of reaching for the coffee right away, pause, step outside, take a few deep breaths, drink some water, move your body, set an intention, then watch how your energy transforms not overnight, but steadily, reliably, and sustainably. Because you were built to thrive, you just have to give your brain and body the right tools. And now you have them